What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Aaron Emanuel, aka Aaron Pinckney. Listen, I just wanted to talk to y'all today, really briefly, about living intentionally. Because so many people right now are just living. You know, they're going through the motions, they're going through the rigmarole of just life. And it's beating them up left and right. It is beating people up. Life is beating people up. And I was riding with my mother this morning. And while we were riding, I was looking out the window, and she noticed around the same time that I noticed, we saw a guy, and he looked to be homeless. You know, had a bag on his shoulder. He looked beat down, man. And she was like, God, he is really having it rough. You see how blessed we are? And I agree with her 100%. And, you know, I said to her, he's not living life. Life is living him. And she said, that is so true. That is so true. So it's like, it's a terrible thing when you look at people, and the first thing we want to do is we want to feel sorry for them, and I get it, I really do. And then I say to myself, what aren't they doing? Because they have life, they have health, they have strength. What aren't they doing? What happened? Can it be fixed? Is it something that can be done from where they are right now to make it better, to make life better for them? And you know, it's like you're always wondering like, well, what happened? And I remember one time when I was like that. I was like, man, what did I do? What happened? How did I get in this situation? How am I like this? And it wasn't that when I was locked up. No, it was when I was free. It was before I got locked up. This was the whole transformation thing. I never forget. I had fallen out with the mother of my children, and we were staying together. So I went back to my aunt's house. All right. Kind of too ashamed to go back to my mom's house and hear anything that she might have said or anything. So my aunt was always somebody that, you know, I could fall back on. So my aunt was like, come on here. So I went back, and when I was with her, it's just like, okay, now I'm stuck. It's like I'm sitting here and I'm stuck in this place, man, and I want more. I want more for my life. You know what I mean? And I know I'm not the only one. I wanted more for my life. So it was like I was sitting in her garage, and we got the garage all hooked up like it's a man cave or something. It's somebody's garage. But we were in there, and I was in there, and I was just looking around me, man, and I saw, you know, like, I'm living in a place where extra stuff is just being stored. I'm something extra. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not even a priority. I'm something extra. And I put myself in that situation. I looked at my bag of clothes, and it was just that, a garbage bag with clothes in it. And I said to myself, I want more. I want better. And I went out and I pushed myself. And long story short, I got a job. I came across a car, and things began to work in my favor a little bit. So when I look at people and I see them and they're going through certain things, the first thing I think is, okay, have they had that wake-up moment yet? Have they had that moment where you say, hey, I'm tired of just living? You know what I mean? Or just existing, because you're not living. If you're going from check to check, if you do not have enough money to take out and go do something nice for your family, go do something nice for those that love you, for those that believe in you. If you can't take a little weekend off and go to the beach because you have to come back and work overtime and all of that to make up for that, you're not living. Too many relationships right now are falling apart because finances. And I know when you're in the church, you don't like to talk about money so much. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh, that's the elephant in the room. We don't want to talk about money. You know what I mean? Like when it's offering time, we kind of clutch our pocket like, okay, I'm only going to give $1 and stuff like that. Because we don't look no more as the money is going to God. We look like the money is going into the church. Now, who's over this money? What are they doing with it? We kind of take our focus off of that. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're not so open to giving. You can't give cheerfully if you got to measure out these coins. If you got to say, okay, well, it's coming from here or it's coming from there, or what I got to do to replace this. You can't give so cheerfully. So it's like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to live this life to where I'm working 60, 70 hours every 2 weeks just to bring home $500. I mean, that's not living. I'm telling you right now, it's not living. If you're living that type of life, that's not living at all. That's not abundant life. I'm trying not to kind of venture so much over to the Bible, but then again, Facebook is like where I go to meet up with my church people, my family members. That's my platform. Facebook is the platform for that. So I have to throw this in there. Jesus said, I came that you might have life more abundantly. If you watch the life he lived an abundant life. He didn't have to be in no hole like he said. Foxes have holes and then birds have nests. Man, son of man got nowhere to lay his head. He didn't have to be like that. He chose to be like that. He could have taken up residence at anybody's house. These people you watch, look through there when Jesus stopped in somebody's house. People was doing stuff for him. They were making sure the bed was right, the pillows was fluffed, he had food to eat. They provided for him. He chose to live his life, going through here and there, never really resting and doing things like that. He chose that. But if you look at it, he lived an abundant life. Whatever he had it at the drop of a dime. Why? Because he put himself in position to get it. When you're living your life intentionally, it means that you are constantly putting yourself in position to progress. There's no way why I should come home 8.5 years later. Do you hear what I just said? 8.5 years later, I come home and I see some people still in the same position they were in when I left. Some people even worse. Some people have fallen off since I've been gone. I am serious. It's not that I'm out here doing so much in life right now. It's not, because what do I have? I'm recording this video right now in my mom's house, sitting at her desk in her chair, and I'm going to go out there and drive her car. So how much have I really accomplished? But you know what I have accomplished? What nobody has given me, but I've given myself? Confidence. I encourage myself daily that, whatever you set your mind to, boy, you can accomplish it. It might be hard, but that's okay. Anything worth having in life is worth working for. When you live your life intentionally, you have to make up in your mind there are going to be some obstacles. There are going to be some roadblocks. Okay, here again, I got to resort back to the Bible. Listen, how many obstacles did Jesus go through? How many obstacles did Paul go through? How many obstacles did John and Peter and all the people that we want to throw in there? How many obstacles did they go through? There were tons of obstacles. Paul said in Corinthians, there is a great door opened up unto me. Effectual, but there are many adversaries. There is a great life waiting on each and every one of us, but we get turned off by the adversaries. Prime example, the way you're going is the best route for you to take, but it's traffic. Soon as we see traffic, what we do? Hit that turn signal. I'm getting out of this. You see what I'm saying? We don't want the obstacles. We do not want the obstacles. You get what I'm saying? We want it easy. Soon as we walk into a store, what's the first thing we looking for? Clearance rack. Where the clearance rack? Where the free stuff? That's the first thing we doing. We don't want obstacles. We don't want anything that upsets our comfort zone. But this is the problem that I'm having, and I'm about to wrap this up. This is the problem. Why are you comfortable in a position that you were not intended to be in? Those people said to Moses, the Bible again. Those people said to Moses, why you bring us out here? We was in Egypt. We was eating cucumbers and watermelons, and we was getting it in. Fool, y'all was slaves. Y'all was slaves. But they were comfortable being there. That was my mama. Anyway, listen. Man, that was my mama. She's killing me. Okay, listen, all right? I want to say this right quick because I promised you guys I'd only be before you 10 minutes. But the people in Egypt were really comfortable being where they were. And that's where so many of us are right now. We are very comfortable being where we are. We cannot be like that. Do you hear what I'm saying? We have to find a way to get out of this funk that we're in. And we have to find a way to live intentionally. I don't care what the purpose you have before you is. Live it out to the fullest. See what it is. Make a plan for today. Whatever that plan is today, do it. Don't let nothing get in the way of it. Whatever gets in the way of it, whatever tries to pop up on you, get around it. Do you hear what I'm saying? Find a way to get around it. You have to. You have to start living your life intentionally. You cannot have an abundant life unless you live that life on purpose. For real, because God is not the type of God. God is intentional. There's not absolutely nothing that he did by happenstance. He didn't just say, oh, I'm just going to let's see what'll happen if I do this. No, he knew what would happen. Why? Because he thought it all the way out. That's my problem sometimes. I do not think situations all the way through. I don't. I think them and I see it working, and then I'm like, okay, all right, I'm finna try that. And I stop what I'm doing and I try that. Now I pat myself on the back because I will jump out there and try something. I always say there's two types of people. You know, you group the type of people: the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the risk takers, the excuse makers. You know, those that make things happen, those that let things happen. You know, so it's like, what group are you going to put yourself in? Are you going to be a person that let life happen to you? Or you are going to be the type of person that you're going to go out here and you're going to make life happen for you? We have to make life happen for us. There's no way I should be working at a company giving them 70, 80 hours a week every 2 weeks, and all I'm bringing home is $500. If you do the math, I only work about 4 days or so a week, so you're looking at about $60-something per day. You mean to tell me I can't put this mind that God gave me together out here and make something happen for me? You mean to tell me that I can't pull it together to where I can make more than $60 legal dollars per day in an 8-hour span at my own leisure? We can't do that. You mean to tell me that these 500, 600, 1,000 people that I got following me on Instagram or whatever you may have, whatever your number is, you can't translate that platform into a financial wash pot? You can't do that? We're not using what God gave us. God gave each and every one of us some talent, some gift, some ability that will make room for us. I'm about to tap into it. I seriously am. I don't want people looking at my Instagram page and seeing that my mind is on money and this, that, and the third, and then you think, oh, well, he's losing the train of thought. He's falling off track. He's going astray. No. You better understand something. Okay? Understand something seriously. Proverbs said, money in the hands of the righteous is a defense. You cannot fight your enemy without some type of defense mechanism. And the majority of relationships out there right now are falling apart because of financial lack. The majority of them. I am a great guy. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mama and Daddy. You know, brush my own shoulders off. Thank you. Look. But what is he lacking? What is he lacking? Finances. Finances. Things aren't together. You go out and you talk to a woman right now, and first thing she wants to know, okay, you look good, you talk good, you've got your head on straight, but what else is going on? You know, can you provide for me? You ought to be you can't be a steward over God's house if you ain't a steward over your own house. How can you be a steward over a house you don't have? How can you be a steward over something you don't have? We got to find a way to live intentionally. Stop walking around moping, complaining because you do not have. You can't even benefit God's kingdom because you don't have yourself together. You can't benefit his kingdom because you don't have yourself financially together. You can't get your mind together because your pockets aren't right. And your pockets aren't right. Why? Because you're linking up with the wrong groups of people. And I want to say this on my way out the door. I was thinking about how Jesus said, where two or three are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. He said, these people will ask what they will of me, and it shall be done unto them. And I started thinking, okay, well, what is his name? What kind of name is he? He's the guy, he's Prince of Peace. Prince of Peace. That's one of his names. Peace. Okay. So it's like, okay, I need to have a group of people that will only usher peace into my life. Do you grab that? I need a group of people where when I'm around them, all it is sandy beaches and palm trees, and we sitting up on the oak trees with picnic laid out, and we eating finger sandwiches, enjoying the cool breeze. It is peace. It ain't no drama. We ain't talking about what happened at a job. We ain't talking about a bad wife or a terrible husband. This is peace. This is namaste. That's what this group is. This group is strictly peace. Okay, what else is his name? Powerful, all powerful, almighty God. Yeah, that's one of his names. Okay, look. I'm watching my friends on Instagram, right? And they got this fitness group, and these girls are on there, and they're showing how flabby they were last year and how they've got themselves together now. Look, and the other girls, what I love about it is the other girls are chiming in like, yeah, girl, you do it, girl. Try this right here and try that right there. And where you at? I'm in New York, and you down there in Charlotte? You going to the gym? Okay, I'm going to find somebody in the Charlotte area, and they're going to get to the gym with you, and they're going to work out with you, and they're going to do this. They're empowering one another. That little group right there is empowering one another. And they, look, if you ain't about empowering one another and uplifting one another, they don't even want you in their group. You see what I'm saying? They're operating in one of his names. And guess what? He's in the midst, because these girls are losing weight. These girls are drawing thousands of people in. These girls have people saying, hey, man, thank you so much for the encouragement and the example that you have set. That's the empowerment group. Okay, what else? What's one more of his names? One more of his names before I go, because I got to go, y'all. I got to go. One more of his names before I go. Oh, provider. Jehovah Jireh. He's the provider. Bingo. That's right where I need him right now. I need provisions. I need financial provisions. I need to provide so that I can be a provider. Provide for me, God, so that I can be a provider for others. Give unto me. You said that I shall lend to many and borrow from none. So you got to provide me with some stuff. You said I got the house on the cattle on 1,000 hills. You said all the silver and gold is mine. Provide for me. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to align myself with a group of folk that are strictly about provisions. They know about stocks. They know about retirement plans. They know about investing. This is what I need to align myself with now. Okay, I got Facebook. Facebook is where I link up with my church folk and my family members, and okay, all right, and friends that I went to high school with. That's Facebook. Instagram is where I kind of let my hair down and I hang with my buddies out there that knew me from the streets and stuff like that, but they respect the fact that I've changed my life now, and that's where I kind of meet them at, because they don't really want to deal with the church folk, because the church folk be judging them too much, and I can understand that. So that's what Instagram pretty much for. So Snapchat, I'm on there, but I don't really do the Snapchat because I ain't really got the hang of it yet. Okay, so bam, what am I looking for now? Now I'm looking for this group of people. And what I was doing last night, I was just linking up. I was just looking on things. I was just looking on forums and looking up blogs and looking up stuff like that about people that are talking about investing. People that will take this measly little $100 that I got in my pocket and will turn it into $125, $150, $200. They will be able to do that in a day or two, because they are not finna allow themselves to go back into financial ruins. And see, sometimes some of us, especially people like me coming from the streets, and I didn't have to be in the streets, I chose to be out there. My mother did everything to keep me out of them streets by just setting a perfect example. I chose to run out there in them streets. But being that I was a street guy, first thing I do with money is what? Go take it back to the streets. That ain't what I'm on no more. I'm not on that right now. So I need to align myself. But look, though, I aligned myself with a group of folk that could do that, who could take that little money right there and buy a little 8-ball or buy a little couple grams and turn it into this, that, and the third. The next thing you know, I got a couple $1,000. Well, I'm not with that no more, because I know that there's a group out there right now that are taking my $50, my $100, and they are turning it into just as much money legally. Legally. They are meeting up. They are having seminars. They are having workshops. They are doing stuff. Immediately, they are turning that little bit of money that we are complaining about having to stretch until the next pay period. They're turning that into something great. But we ain't lining ourselves up with that. You get what I'm saying? You need to line that up. You got a prayer group, don't you? You ain't got just anybody in your prayer group, do you? You got a prayer group, okay? And then you got these empowering folk over here that you go to build you up. Then you got he's a comforter too, right? So you ought to have a comforter. You ought to have somebody that they just arms open. Every time you come, girl, I don't even want to hear about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Girl, just come here. Just come here. You just ought to be a brother. Come here, man. Just come here, man. Let me hug you, man. I know you just good. Come here, boy. Come here. I don't care what's going on. We ain't even got to go into all that right there, man. I don't even want to know about it, man. I'm here for you. That's what we need. We need to provide ourselves. Use his name up. He said, in my name, you can do this. In my name, you can do that. We're not doing it. We're sitting around praying and we're waiting on him to do the rest of the stuff. You see what I'm saying? You can live on your knees praying, or you can get up on your feet, stand, do something. He said, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. He didn't say be down on your knees all the time. He didn't say sit down. He didn't say lay down on your back. He said stand, get up from where you are. Stand up and you're going to see it. You're going to see it. Keep your eyes open. How you going to see it if your eyes ain't closed? Your eyes down here on the ground because you're moping around. You're mad. You're sad. I'm not living like that no more. From here on out, from this day forward, I'm living intentionally. This is the last day of June, my friends. We're about to go into a new month. Live intentionally. I'm telling you this on a Saturday, which according to everybody's calendar is the 7th day of the week. About to go into the 7th month of the year. We are about to begin living intentionally. You ought to tell yourself from this day forward, I'm living intentionally. I'm not just going to walk around saying, what am I going to do today? No, today was already planned out yesterday. Today, I'm planning out tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? I'm living intentionally. Live intentionally. Live intentionally. That's what I want to leave with you, all right? Make a plan. Every single day, that plan ought to be altered because something new came up. When you open your mind to new possibilities, they'll just start flooding in on you, Get out of that box. Get out of this box. Get out of it. I don't even feel right sitting in this little square drop behind me. Get out of that box and begin living your life intentionally. You hear what I'm saying? I'm not about to keep going into Metrolina greenhouses, making Metrolina rich when I'm sitting here and can't do nothing, provide for my children until I get paid again. That's not about to happen. A door is about to open up for me. Like Paul said, it's a great door. Very many adversaries. I'm ready to face every one of y'all and I'm going to beat you down. I done beat you before. I can beat you again. My friends, I leave you on this note right here. Stop letting life live you. Live life. Life is a cruel taskmaster. Either you master it or it masters you. Those people that you see living out there under the bridges, those people that you see homeless, God have mercy on them. I wish them the best, but that ain't about to be me. All right? They are letting life live them. You better start living life. You better open up the recesses of your mind and say, it's got to be more for me out here. Because everybody that you see on TV, everybody that you glamorize, everybody that you saying, I wish I had that type of money. Those folk right there had a point in their life where they said, enough is enough. I'm tired of making somebody else rich. I'm about to align myself with some folk that's going to that direction. I'm about to do it. You see what happened on The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith, right? You know that's based on a true story. You see what Will did. Will went down there, seen that man driving that Ferrari, and what he do? Hey, what do you do? How you do it? How you get started? He went in there, found out what they was doing, and he got rid of that old stuff, that old medical equipment stuff he was selling. He went in there, took whatever was necessary for him to take, and he did it. You can do it too, my friend. God bless you.